Rooga, how's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm feeling good today.
That's
Real
what's up,
good.
man. I'm out here in Chicago. Came to work with you guys. Like what you guys got going. You did some impressive numbers. Blickathon, over 6 million views.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thing. Definitely been keeping my foot down, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, well, let's start from the beginning. And this is your first time working with me, so we'll kind of try to cover your story and go back about growing up and everything. What part of Chicago are you from?
South Side, Inglewood, Washington Park area.
Okay. What was it like for you growing up there?
Well, when I first moved around there, it was good as a child. You know what I'm saying? When I first moved over there, it was fun. Everybody doing, doing kid things, hooping in the park, chilling with the girls, just everybody outside having fun. But I grew up, went to school, got a little older, smoking weed. You know how that go. Just a typical life thing. Just yeah, you know how this hood, man. It just got real out of hand nowadays.
Okay. Well, at what age did you start getting involved in the streets?
Like involved in the streets. Like when I say the streets, I'm gonna say like I wouldn't say involved. I say where I moved at, where I was living at. You know what I'm saying? That's where I lived. I started with my friends. It started with my friends. Living over there, the school I'm going to. So that's what kind of drifted me to the streets, because that's where my school was at. You know what I'm saying? On that block where everything go down at, my friends I met, everybody was from over there. So that's what kind of drew me to the streets and hanging out over there with my friends and the people that I knew.
Right, right. How do you remember how old you were?
And I was about a good 13, 12, 13.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That in Chicago, a lot of the times, people get involved in the streets at a really early age.
Yeah, they really young, like especially nowadays. Today, kids young, like I'm talking 12, 11. I've seen an 11-year-old like out here. For real. Shit
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. What was some of the things that you seen at that age growing up? What made you want to get involved in the streets at that age? At such an early age?
As far as involved, like I was always the type. Sometimes you just can't help it that you live in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say involved. It's more so, that's where I was from. And it's like, that's where I was living at. Like I was saying, what made me get involved was like the people I was around.
So you were more born into it, you feel?
It's like I was young, you know what I'm saying? I moved over here. We living over here. We don't really know about this neighborhood. We moved over here
How old were you when you moved to that neighborhood?
like 12,
Oh,
12.
okay. So
See
right
what I'm
when you
saying?
moved, you started all the
Basically,
people you met.
before that, I was young. I was basically too young to even, be out late or, you know what I'm saying, to be introduced to shit. I was just in school. All I knew was school and home, you know what I'm saying, and with my brothers. But other than that, that's what really kind of made me branch out, being outside. And what got me involved was just like the people I was around, surrounding myself around.
Oh, okay. All right. What were some of the things that was going on around that time?
Back then, like when I was 13, like that,
Yeah.
a lot of fun shit. Like all I could remember is fun shit. Like we was young. I was in grammar school back then. We was on tag and MySpace and shit. And I remember being in the front just playing, you know what I'm saying? Being out with friends, just chilling, enjoying the weather, like laughing, joking, everybody just outside. That's what the things that was going on. Ice cream truck rolling over here. You got the kids over here jumping rope, playing. Everybody doing what they doing, you know what I'm saying? But you always had the bad side of the streets, you know what I'm saying? The people who sold the drugs, the people that killing was always going on back then. That shit was, it ain't just start, but it wasn't like it was. It wasn't like that back then. Like, shit was really fun.
So it was still, so it wasn't as violent back
Nah,
at that point in time.
nah, it wasn't.
Okay. What one point did you notice the increase in violence?
I went to jail. It took for me to go to jail. I went to jail 2010. I did a whole year. I got out 2011, November. That's when I noticed everything changed. It wasn't the same. Before I went in, shit was fun. I was 17, you know what I'm saying? That was when I was eligible to go to the county. I went there as soon as when I turned 17. So everything, we went from chilling on the block to having fun, you know what I'm saying? Not having no enemies, none of that shit. Come home, shit just different. Everything changed. Come home, it took for me to really get like shot at. You know what I'm saying? To realize this shit's serious. Like, this not how it was.
So you were 17 when you caught your first case?
Yeah.
What'd you go to jail for?
A possession of a firearm.
Okay. And they gave you a year for that?
Yeah. They really gave me 2 years.
Oh, okay.
But you got to do half of that time, so I did a year.
Your brother, Scrapp.
Yeah.
Was he your older or your younger brother?
Youngest brother. I got
Okay.
five brothers.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
second to the youngest. He was my youngest brother.
Oh, okay. Are they all involved in the streets or?
We all was, you know what I'm saying, around, My older two brothers, they was basically where we was living at before we moved to where we was at, where I'm, from. They was kind of older, so they was already had the neighborhood. They chose where they wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? Or people who they wanted, they friends, you know what I'm saying? They already had their friends of where they wanted to be. So my big brother and them, they was really like from a different neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But we
okay.
was always together when it came down to it in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Family. Yeah, of course. So you come home from jail and you notice that things are a lot more violent in the streets. Was there any incident in particular that sticks out that made you go, okay, shit's different now? You know what I'm saying? Like I need to move different. I need to change how shit is.
To be honest, it was a lot of incidents. Shit, it was just like I said, getting shot at. Shit, that'll wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Just being comfortable and, to be honest, I was like lacking. Now people was telling me like I knew, you know what I'm saying, what was going on, but I still was immune to how I was moving and I was used to doing what I was doing. And it took for me to get shot at, real life, like I almost lose my life, real shit.
How close were the bullets to you?
Like looking at you right now, like
Oh,
close.
the dude was that close?
Close, like running, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit, man.
Yeah.
Luckily, I, could get away and shit.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, this
So,
shit crazy.
at what point did you start rapping?
When I came home, what it really was, my best friend, may he rest in peace, he passed away. His name Dooski. He was rapping. See, before I went in, we was just, chilling and shit. That was my best friend though. So when I come home, he lit on the internet. You know what I'm saying? He got videos and shit. Already doing 50,000, you know what I'm saying? 100,000 views. I'm like, damn. And I always knew how to rap, you know what I'm saying? I always had the potential to rap. They always used to tell me, you should rap, bro, you should rap. But I got in the studio, you know what I'm saying? And basically just got that shit going. I really started like 2012. That's when I was rapping. But I wasn't, it was just a lot of music here, music there. It wasn't really moving, it wasn't doing nothing. But I was rapping though, putting it out there and trying.
Oh, okay. And what was the first song that really kind of got you popular?
Members. It was a song called Members. I had dropped that. When I dropped members, say 20, was that 2018? Yeah, 2018.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it took you a while to
Was that
get.
18? Yeah, 2018. I dropped members. That motherfucker went up. Like, yeah, since then, I've been just dropping and consistent with it.
Okay, all right. Tell me a little bit about your brother Scrap. I hear a lot on the internet about him, but there's not. I don't think there's too many people that have actually, told stories or, said too much about him like that.
hmm Scrap, that's my younger brother. He was basically like me, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to be me because I'm the second to the oldest, you know what I'm saying? He looked up to me. So he was basically like a younger me, but he was just wild, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of feel like he was forced into it, you know what I'm saying? Because of the life that we was living, you know what I'm saying? His big brothers, and it's like he wasn't on nothing. He was playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? But it was like he just still being a kid, just hooping at this gym, you know what I'm saying? But you got people that's into it, you know what I'm saying? And they into it with his brothers and shit, you know what I'm saying? We really, and it's like people start shooting at him, you see what I'm saying?
So
He getting
people
shot at
started shooting at him, even though he wasn't.
just
Just because he
because
was your
that's my little
brother.
brother.
How much more younger was he?
Scrap, he
Yeah.
was when he died at how my little brother was when he died? 17. He died at 17.
Oh,
But
okay.
when he was getting shot at, he was like 14 years old. 14, literally. And he basically, I remember times him coming. They just shot at me, bro. They just shot at me. They steady, you know what I'm saying? This shit real, like, and it's like, what he supposed to do? He tell my mama shit like that, you know what I'm saying, and let her know what's going on. But it's like we trying, you know what I'm saying? We can't just get up and go and move and get the fuck on. So yeah, it's hard, you know what I'm saying? But so we was basically just living over there. And what I did, I had to, protect my little brother. Like, come over here with me. Like, you with us, you good. You know what I'm saying? But I still always told him to chase your dream, you know what I'm saying, and do what's right. But I'm gonna protect my brother at the end of the day. That's all it was. But that's why I feel like he was forced into this shit. Like, and that shit kind of just opened him up to the streets and like being with, now his crowd, his friends who he was with, start branching in too. Now all of his whole crowd just in the streets now. But Scrap was more so he was smart as hell, you know what I'm saying? He just was so like tough. He was tough as hell. He was brave as hell, like one of the bravest people you could know, for real. But sometimes I used to tell him like, you too tough, like you can't be that tough out here. Like you can't. It'd be to a point where it's like he'll like make a nigga scared of him. You know what I'm saying? You can't make people scared of you. I always used to tell him that. You can't be cause that's type of shit like people hurt. If people scared of you, man, people will do something to you. You know what I'm saying? You put a cat in the corner, it's gonna come out scratching. For real. And that's what I used to tell my little brother. I used to try to groom him and make him do the right thing. That's the type of person Scrap was, though. He was just a laid back, just really, he was rapping too. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make it. He wanted to see me make it in his rap shit. That's all he talked about. That's why I'm rapping and I keep doing what I'm doing. Cause I know he really wanted me to. He believed in me.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real.
Damn. So at one point when he was in the streets, he caught a murder case
Yeah.
and he beat it.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
To be honest, I was locked up at the time. That supposedly happened in like 2011 or something. But when I came home, it was just like I came home, I didn't even know about it. Till I come home, I'm on the bus, happy, feeling good. It's around Thanksgiving time. You know what I'm saying? Talk to my mama, she your little brother, you know what I'm saying? He locked up for a murder. Now I'm like, everything just out the drain. Like, just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Coming home, my stomach felt weak when I heard that shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? But shit just changed, like changed my mama. You know what I'm saying? It changed his father, me, us as a family. Like we had to come together. You know what I'm saying? And stick it, come together as a family and put money together for lawyers and make sure my little brother got up out of that.
Yeah, how did was there something that happened? How did he end up beating the case? Was there like was there anything bad that the cops did that you guys found out about or anything?
To be honest, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want to get into all that legal stuff because it was like he just beat it. You know what I'm saying? They obviously they ain't have enough evidence, whatever they was trying to blame on him, whatever it is, basically.
Okay. Is there any other stories you could share just hanging out with him or anything?
Yeah, hell yeah, I got plenty stories with Scrap, man. Scrap was just Scrap ass. One thing about Scrap, he used to stay having me fighting this shit, like literally fighting all the time.
With each other or just with other
No,
people?
with other people. See, he do shit like he'd be hooping, playing football or basketball at the park or something. He played football. By the fact, when he was playing football, he come running back to the block. This boy just threw this football in my eye. I'm like, he did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did it on purpose. See what I'm saying? Now we all go over there, running over there. We trying to see what's going on, boy. We whooped dude ass. You see what I'm saying? We whooped his ass. Come to find out later on that night, I ain't gonna lie, he ain't throw it on purpose. See what I'm saying? You just made us whoop this man ass for that. But yeah, Scrap will get you in some shit. But he was just, I got good memories though with him, man. That's my little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a good memory you guys have hanging out?
To be honest, my little brother was always the movie type. He always moving around, couldn't sit still, always want to go outside. But the week, matter of fact, 2 days before he died, because he had just recently got shot, like 2 different occasions before he died. Like within all this happened within like a week, 2 in a week frame, 3 different occasions, and the third occasion that's when he died. But he was shot in the chest, you know what I'm saying? And he was healing. He was at home. So it was just this one memory that stood out. Like me and Scrap, we ain't never like sat in the crib and just, we was on, what we do? We was playing 2K. I'm talking about 2K. Like we played that shit the whole fucking day. Like all day we laugh and talk, and it's just, and it was like God just gave me that last time with him. You know what I'm saying? As a brother. Without the streets, without none of that, it was all just blocked out. We was just at the crib. We was sitting in the room, me, him, and my homie Ewell. It was different. You know what I'm saying? It was a different feeling. I actually got to see him be like my little brother. You know what I'm saying? Happy, and that shit was deep. Like it was just a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? It ain't involved the streets or nothing. It was I don't know. It's like that shit crazy, man. Just thinking about that shit. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a different thing we did.
Okay. Were you there any times that he was shot?
One time, the first time, yeah, I was there.
Can you take me through what happened?
Shit, I ain't gonna really get deep into that like that. Neither. I don't really wanna, you know, because at the end of the day, shit, people ain't get caught. It is what it is. So.
Well, yeah, no, I would never ask you who did it.
That shit.
You know what I mean? I would never.
I feel you, though. Shit, his ass. I keep it 100. Shit, Scrap was being tough. He was a tough ass guy. That's all it was. Shit wouldn't even happen if you really want to know.
Yeah. What was your reaction when you first heard about him getting shot the last time?
Like the last time when he died?
Yeah.
Shit, I got a call 1 a.m. That shit was the worst call I ever got in my life. Like, but you know what's crazy? I swear to God, I don't even like speaking on this shit. The day he left out of the house, we was arguing about because he steady want to go outside and he shot in his chest already. See what I'm saying? He feeling like because it's not hurting that bad, it went in and out. He can still be moving, you know? So I'm like, you need to sit your ass down. Your ass just won't sit down. You know what I'm saying? So he basically just, you know, telling me, I know I'm good, man. Your ass be, you know, now we fake arguing, whatever it is. But I told him before he left out of the door, I'm like, bro, you gotta calm down, bro. Ain't shit in this store for what you doing, but life, but definitely in jail. And I told him that shit. I promise you. Before he walked out the door, he looked at me in my eyes. He say, "I know I'm gonna die anyway. I see it coming. I promise you." Said his exact words. The day he left out of the house and he died, literally. And I looked at me and my brother, was my other brother. We was looking at each other when we walked out the door. We like, little bro, tweaking, man. So and then later on that night, 1 a.m. But what's crazy is someone was telling me to go outside, like just go outside, Rooga, like check up on your little brother. You know what I'm saying? He over there. 1 a.m. I get the call. Yeah, boy, that shit deep. I look at my hand. That shit got me shaking talking about that shit, bro. I don't even like talking about that shit, bro. That shit deep, bro.
Yeah. All right. I get a lot of stuff on the internet about MOB and Scrap Gang. What's the difference between the two?
It's no difference.
No difference at all.
It's all the same.
All the same. Okay. Same area and everything.
Same area, same everything. It's just more so it was a younger person that died. You know what I'm saying? So the younger people had a different feel for scrap, and it was like a scrap gang, like just like everybody else do.
One thing I noticed about Chicago gangs that we don't do on the West Coast is when a popular or a well-respected member dies, a lot of the times the gang either takes the name or it's kind of like a nickname for the gang. Where did all that come from?
To be honest, like I told you, like the younger crowd is really younger people that just basically creating their own shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just from them wanting to create something new. Sometimes it be like a lot of foo shit going on in the hood, like to a point where the older people, the older guys, don't really show the younger guys that love that they really need, and you can't. They be expecting the younger guys to just figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? When y'all supposed to be really grooming these shorties, if y'all really got them out here in the streets, and the younger guys start just basically growing up to a point where, like, fuck it, we making our own shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how shit go about. But it all be the same. It's no intentionally like fuck niggas or none of that. But it's more so. It's just a thing that people do. Yeah.
What about the slang? What does the slang while we're on it? You have like the foe in them.
Folks know.
Folks in them. Sorry.
No, you good. You say it in different ways, but that's just a term of saying like you would be like on phone now. You would be that's like saying, you know how niggas used to be on my mama or on. It's just a term we use of just saying like, or just on bro, or it's as simple as saying stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different way of saying it.
Is it just for GDs and BDs that say it, or is it like a whole Chicago thing?
To be honest, the whole Chicago say that shit.
Okay.
It was really for GDs and BDs, like the folks. You know what I'm saying? Folks on phone them gray, like on folks now. But Chicago kind of used it and just turned it around, like just on phone them. Everybody say it, like everybody. You fuck around, be in the house on phone them. For real, that shit real.
That's true.
It's just a little term. I see everybody using it now, the States and everywhere.
Okay, but it was originally just slang. Okay. What do you think the difference in being a rapper and not being a rapper? Like your popularity, with people noticing you, recognizing you, is it more dangerous for you?
Yeah, way more dangerous.
Have you had any experiences where you like?
Plenty of experiences.
You know.
Luckily, it wasn't nothing that happened. It wasn't no bad shit, but I have experiences where it's like, I just got this thing. I always think like, I don't give a fuck where we at. You out to get me. Shit, I don't know who you is. Shit, this shit real. Like, that's just how I am. Shit, if I see him, if I walking up to me, I be, who is this? What he on? Like, But it don't be, luckily it be love, you know what I'm saying? People walk up, they, Rooga, you know what I'm saying? They be saying my name and shit, I don't be, that's the thing about this shit. People know you, but you don't know them. I miss that shit, I ain't gonna lie, I miss people not knowing me, for real.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you
I
gotta
miss
watch
that
yourself
shit.
more.
Oh
You're
yeah,
more cautious of.
more cautious, everything. Ain't no going in stores no more, can't do nothing, ain't no going, I don't even go in stores.
Mm.
Unless I'm like on some out, you know what I'm saying, out of town or something. I know ain't shit going on, but out here, this shit dangerous, man.
All right. Recently, you just dropped a music video.
Yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
it's called Knifing Me.
Okay. What was the concept and everything behind it?
It's basically my struggles, my pains, my, you know what I'm saying, just me losing my brother, me losing my best friend, and just more friends, a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying, and it's just basically me opening up. It's 2020. I plan on doing it different anyway for 2020 and really evolving and showing people my real talents and my real abilities of music. That's just me being, you know, just showing them I'm versatile and I'm an artist. So that's what it's about right there, and really showing them my story.
Okay. What were some of the things in the song that you talked about? It was a pretty deep song.
It was basically, I spoke on my mother, you know what I'm saying, and her struggling with us, working double shifts just to make sure we get by. I said that in the song. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. Like my mama go to work and come off, got to drive Uber. You know what I'm saying? Drive Uber just to do. You know what I'm saying? And anything just just to get money and take care of us. I talked about my little brother, losing him and how it made me numb, and how it just gave me this. I was down for a minute, this depression. You know what I'm saying? And losing my best friend. I just recently lost him.
Uh, Dooski, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that happened a year and a half ago or so, or
yeah.
about a year and a half ago. Okay. Were you? And I'm sure that there's been a lot of. We've seen a lot about the funeral that happened,
Yeah,
where somebody was shot at the funeral. Were you around when that happened?
yeah. I was in the church.
Oh. What what was everybody's reaction when all that happened?
Shit, screaming. Shit, it was a lot of hollering, a lot of, you know what I'm saying. It was majority. It was more older people in the church. You know what I'm saying. And it was like, shit was sad, bro. It was like people really do that. You know what I'm saying. You got people, mamas and grandmas and kids and shit here. That's all I was thinking about. Then I had my son there. You know what I'm saying. My girl, my mama.
Right.
Like my mama cared for Dooski like he was her son, you know what I'm saying? And then I got my friends. Everybody just there. That's all I was just thinking in my head. But I made sure I just got my son to safety. And you know what I'm saying? That's all. I didn't get to make it out of the church. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was leaving out. And I was kind of in the church still, but I heard the shots. Not everybody running back in, you know what I'm saying? Shit was traumatic.
Is that something that happens in Chicago?
I ain't never been to no funeral that got shot up. Shit, I done heard of funerals that got shot up though. Yeah, that shit happened before, but it's rare. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. That type of shit really.
Yeah. Wooski, right, was the one that got shot.
Yeah.
Is it how was his recovery process from that?
Shit, from what I know of and what I seen, he doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It was a blessing. He good.
Yeah, I had a friend that got shot in the head, but I think he just got shot with a 22, and I mean he was cool. He was in the hospital a couple days, had a little bandage on his head, and you know he like, I guess they said it like cracked his skull, like kind of fractured his skull like in a circle and everything.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Gotta be on point.
So do you have any other artists you're working with? Like part of your team or anything?
Yeah, yeah. We got a label called Jet High Entertainment. Basically something we've been pushing from day one.
Okay.
And we got artists, other artists, Ewell, Vic, JG, Mozzie. Those the artists, 3 artists.
Oh, okay. What can we expect from them, like in terms of their style?
See, one thing about like us and the JG, we different. Like you could expect anything from us. Like I don't care what any type of music. It's not just one genre of music that we do. Like people be stuck in that one box, and we all be together and we try to influence each other to do different shit and do shit that you're not comfortable with doing. So you can expect like rap, you know what I'm saying? Like that melodic sound. You can expect conscious music, reggae type music, R&B, all types of. We try to tap in with all genres to show our versatility.
Oh, okay. All right. When can we expect the music to come out?
They got projects coming. We all been working on projects. So this year, like February, you can expect music this whole year. I already
Okay.
done said that I'm applying pressure this year.
Okay. Let's take it back a second, man. We were talking about your song, that you just released,
hmm
and you mentioned Dooski was your best friend. What was How old were you when you lost him?
I was just what, shit, 24.
Oh, okay, 24, and so you guys
Was
knew
I
each other.
24, 25? One of them. Just recently happened.
How old were you when you met him?
Dooski. I met Dooski I was in 8th grade, so I was about 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been knowing him since I was 14. I'm 26 now. But yeah, that's the first person I knew. Like the first person I started talking to over there. Like it started from at our grammar school in the morning. We used to play football before school started. So and I ain't know nobody. I was new at the school, but he was like always that open person, willing to get to know new people and just talk. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of stocky. I was big. You know what I'm saying? For my age. So he like, shit, we got Big Buddy. They was picking up the teams. And he looked at me, she like, we got Big Buddy, you playing? We got Big Buddy. I know he gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? He was just amping me up. Shit, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of open and willing to get to know new people because I'm at a new school. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it went about. We played football and everything there. Since then, we see each other. I ain't gonna lie, they was smoking weed. I was smoking weed too. I don't get me wrong, but it wasn't heavy. I was on and off with big brother and them. See me smoking weed, they be yo ass better not be smoking. You know what I'm saying? That type of smoking weed. But I got over there, it was a whole different smoking weed. That's how we really became friends. Smoking weed, putting 2 on weed. We was back when we was smoking Reggie. Weed was $4. We putting on $4 for a bag to get high. That's how it was. After school, he asked me, like, you got 2 on this weed? You smoke? Yeah, you got 2 on this weed? I got 2. Let's do it. That's how it happened, though. Yeah, with Dooski.
Okay. Is there any experiences you could share with him?
Man, I got plenty of experiences with that, man. That's the Dooski, the man. Shit, let me think. What me and Dooski done been through everything, like for real, like. But the biggest experience was really getting to know him, like him, just us talking, having them serious talks. 'Cause there was a lot of times me and Dooski never really had serious talks. Like it was really before he died, like the last month, the whole month before he died, like me and Dooski was like going through shit, like we getting into it like over petty shit, like me and Dooski like we all was in the streets. Don't get me wrong, but I was trying to get out of that shit. Like I'm trying to do the music shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to kind of branch out from it. You know, and Dooski was too, but it was like he was in there, he was out there. You know what I'm saying? And popping pills and and just, and you know, living that, it was feeling, he was lit, you know what I'm saying? He was lit before me. He had the music lit. So he was enjoying that life, and he had a lot of niggas around him. They all just, you know, making it feel good, making them feel good about it. And he was just out there. He had the block busting, everybody outside, all the females outside dancing and shit. He had it going. You know what I'm saying? I used to be out there shit with him. It was times I go out there. But Dooski was just in them streets, man. Yeah, it was it was the experience of seeing him go through his whole life phase. It was a time he came to me and he talked to me. He was like, brother, I ain't gonna lie. I've been going through it, like real life. He told me like it was times Dooski, like real life, like was blocking out family, the whole world, like just to be on the block. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling me like, damn, Rooga, I feel like you don't fuck with me like you used to, Rooga. We ain't. And I had to tell him like, gee, it's different. Like we grown, we getting older. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta change. We gotta do shit better. You know what I'm saying? And it came to a point where when I was fucking with Dooski, to fuck with Dooski, I had to be on the block. You know what I'm saying? And Dooski was out there. He pop out, man, slide. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to do something different. And that's what it was. We just wasn't seeing eye to eye with that. So it was just that whole experience of going through that. We sat down and we talked the day before he died. Like literally came to my house and he spoke to me. He told me like, I love you, bro. I love the way you move. You always push me to do better. And you always never told me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I never told him wrong. I always used to be like, nah, fuck. Like I was never the yes man to just say yeah to everything. Nah, bro, I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? He was just acknowledging that shit, just telling me like, Rooga, I love the way you move, bro. You don't even know how much you changed me and making me want to do this music shit and making me want to keep doing it. The last words he told me was, I want to do this music shit, bro. I'm finna cut off everything and this is what we finna do. And that shit happened.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it was almost like he made his mind up. That was he chose it right there, like, and it's like they took him right before he could, you know, just live his dream. Yeah.
How did it change you?
That shit changed me completely. Like, my little brother changed me. Matter of fact, my little brother kind of made me numb to it, like, as far as the hood and hanging around. Dooski made me realize, like, it was kind of more so, it changed me, like, mentally. That, honestly, it fucked me up. I won't even lie, bro. It fucked me up. I ain't never, like, that shit hurt me worse than, as crazy as it hurt me worse than losing my little brother. And that shit hurted me. Don't get me wrong. That shit fucked me up. But it's like that best friend feeling. Don't nobody know losing your best friend, the person you literally, like, everything with. You know what I'm saying? And that shit changed me, bro. Like, it made me look at life different. That shit had me depressed for a long time, like, for real. Don't nobody know. I wasn't talking about it to nobody. You know what I'm saying? It was plenty times I just sat in my room and cried hard as fuck, like, down, feeling down, like couldn't even come up with no music. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even speaking on Dooski like in my songs for a long time because it was just fresh to me still. All that shit was hard to speak about. I'm just now coming out about it, and this whole mixtape that I'm finna drop is called Heartache. It's about me speaking on all of that.
Oh, okay. All right. Is there any other stories in the song? Any other?
Yeah, I
things
got a lot. I
that
got
you
more
wanna...
songs speaking on Dooski and my other brother that I lost. I lost another brother in jail. I'm speaking on that situation and just me losing people, period, and going through the struggle and me, you know what I'm saying, being in the streets, and that's what my whole project based on.
Oh, okay. That's the theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like your life,
My
pain.
whole life is basically my story.
Okay.
My whole story of my life, childhood, speaking on all of that.
So off the camera, you had mentioned that you didn't like people dissing their dead ops. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, basically like that's what we'll go with the exposing me. Basically, like honestly, I wasn't proud of that song. You know what I'm saying? That shit like really disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And not saying I take back what I can't take back what I did. You know what I said. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't condone on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was never really the type to diss people, get on a song and diss dead people. You know what I'm saying? But that was more so out of just push. You know how you get pushed to that edge and you just burst out? That's what that was. But honestly, bro, like Chicago, I feel like Chicago got a bad habit of doing that type of shit. And that's the reason why a lot of us not getting in the door and not really getting where we want to be successfully. And not being successfully in the game. That come a long way. Like for real, like picture being with a label and then you get on the song and this, you know what I'm saying? A person that's dead. They be looking at you like, yo ass slow, like, you know what I'm saying? You about how they families coming at the label about that shit. But it's like it's different. Chicago just got a habit of doing that. Like I feel like that's what really kinda hold everybody back. And that's why I don't really condone. Like I ain't fond of that shit for real. Like that.
So that song was just like more like you just got pushed to the edge.
Exactly.
And is that the only time you've ever dissed any dead ops or dead people in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you probably don't plan on doing it in the future.
I don't do that. I ain't speaking on nobody. That's cause you gotta understand, man. That shit creates so much so many enemies. It's not just your enemies no more. Now you got them people, families, want to get involved because you saying this. Now you just creating new ops, new enemies. You know what I'm saying? And then that shit kind of block your blessings. For real, like you can't like I'd have had 3-4 shows got shut down just because of exposing me shit, just because of that song, and they feel like shit could happen just because of that. You know what I'm saying? And that shit blocking blessings, bro. Like money.
Okay.
For real.
Okay. Recently, Juice WRLD passed away, and I know that hit Chicago, hard. Did you guys know each other or?
Nah, I ain't know Juice WRLD personally. I ain't even never met him. But shit, I fuck with his music though. He had some good music, you know what I'm saying? From what I heard, and he had a big outbreak, and it happened fast, you know what I'm saying? And everybody knew Juice WRLD. Shit, he's from Chicago. You gonna know him. Anybody come from Chicago, we gonna know him. But yeah, that shit's sad, man, that it happened like that. I don't completely even know like how it happened. I read so many stories of how it happened with the drugs and he popped the pills, whatever it is. And I don't know, some Fed shit hit them. I don't know, but it's sad, man, to see people die at a young age like that. And he had a big career, ahead of him.
Yeah, I hear a lot of artists, probably a lot of artists in general, talking about popping pills and lean and the drugs. It's kind of made popular. Is there any changes that you've seen with people stopping to do drugs? I've seen on the internet a few people saying that they're gonna quit doing drugs because of it. But is there anything that you've seen personally, or maybe your experience is doing it?
Yeah, like as far as that lean shit, I tried it. You know what I'm saying? I done did it occasions, but I'm not a lean type of guy. Like, but as far as like I heard he popped some Percocets or something.
Yeah, I believe that's what the reports are. Is that they heard the cops were coming, so he
And popped them.
popped them, took a bunch of them. I guess he was trying to hide them from the cops.
Oh yeah, that's
And then
accident overdose and shit. But I don't know, man. Like I don't even really think that was a drug problem. It was just like he popped them to do that. You know what I'm saying? To get it out, and he ain't expect for himself to die. You know what I'm saying? But Juice WRLD kind of did speak highly on drugs, and I listened to a lot of his music. He was speaking on that type of shit. people really do be out here going through battles and shit with that shit. And it be a lot of shit people go through mentally to ease their mind. And you never know what a person going through or why they doing that drug. But to each his own, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for the next man, but me personally, I'm kind of a little strong-minded. I don't do too much of nothing but weed, a little liquor here and there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, right around the same time, Chicago Legends came out from
Yeah.
FBG Duck. What'd you think about that?
Shit, that was a hard song. You know what I'm saying? It was different. You know what I'm saying? It was brave of him to do. You know what I'm saying? It was a good thing too. Shit, but everybody make it seem like he basically calling a truce, like throwing the flag. And nah, it's not like that. It's more so he just honoring all the rappers. You know what I'm saying? That passed away, who he feel like was Chicago legends and this shit that kind of made a big mark on Chicago rap. You know what I'm saying? Whether they ops or not, they still played a part in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And building this shit. But that's what he was basically acknowledging. It was a good song though. It was a nice move. Shit, it's all about growth. After he growing, you know what I'm saying? It's life.
Yeah, I thought the song was dope. I
Yeah, it
like
was
the
dope.
song, man.
It was definitely dope.
I think he shocked everybody. It
Yeah,
was
he
shocking.
even put Dooski in there, man. I fuck with it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. All right, well, there's, the tragic news recently, losing Kobe. I'm an hour east of LA, so
Yeah.
that was the home team for me.
That shit.
I've been watching Kobe. I watched him his whole career. Been a diehard Lakers fan, and it's shocking. And I don't think you expect, when a rapper gets shot and they're in the streets. I mean, you're always shocked, like, but when they're gangsters, with Kobe, it's like he just, you don't expect something. You don't expect him to die like that.
Yeah, that shit hit hard. I came up off Kobe, like, for real, like, as a kid. Like, had Kobe jerseys and shit, like, yeah, that was a deep one. I didn't expect that one, like, to wake up and see that shit, like, that shit was really heartbreaking, bro. Like, I took that shit hard, bro, and I ain't tolerate no disrespect behind Kobe. Letting that be known. But Kobe was a legend, man. He was definitely a legend. Just his whole persona, you know what I'm saying? How he carried himself. He was one of those people who you thought would never die, you know what I'm saying? Thought he was superhuman. For real, man. That shit's sad. My condolences to his family, you know what I'm saying? And the other people that died in the incident.
Yeah. I studied his work ethic. I used to watch his interviews when he would talk about his process, his practicing, his learning, and the process he uses for learning a skill or a different shot or whatever. How he'd break it down into the smallest pieces, and
Kobe was one of his. He used to watch Mike a lot.
Yeah.
I used to watch his certain interviews. He was talking about it. Where he had watched Michael Jordan. Watch his old tapes just to learn from Mike, you know what I'm saying? And Kobe he definitely was brave on that court, boy. You couldn't put no fear in him at all. Like, I seen the video on the internet. Somebody was out, I don't know who that was. He had the ball in his hand. Kobe was out sticking defense, and he did like this with the ball at his face.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe didn't flinch, didn't do shit. Like, that boy had heart, like, and that's one thing I liked it from Kobe and what kind of made me kind of, as far as anything, like, you gotta have heart, man. You gotta put your all into that shit, man, whatever you do. And that's just shit that show people in different kind of ways, whether it's basketball, anything, the streets, anything.
Yeah, the Mamba mentality, the just get it, no excuses,
Man,
bust your
long
ass.
live Kobe, man.
Yeah, man. It's I mean, besides just a good basketball player, a good family man, a good, he helped so many people. It's really just like a huge loss.
Yeah, that's a huge loss.
Humanity.
Man. That was like losing Obama. that shit hurt, bro. Like, that shit deep, bro. For real.
Yeah.
I think that fucked the world up, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I had one last question for you. Who's Wayne Williams?
Wayne Williams, that's my manager. So basically, Wayne Williams really a legend. He been in the game over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He didn't work with multiple big artists. You know what I'm saying? That, like, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And he done had people. He done been Grammy nominations, and man, like, big. He worked for. Well, I think he worked for Jive Records for over 20 years. I think he was an A&R or something like that. I don't really try to get into the business like that with him, but man, he a legend, man. He he the person that created house party music.
Oh, okay.
Like, literally created it. Like, he's a legend. Like, he's a mogul in the game. So I'm really blessed to have him as a manager, and because he kind of know the ins and out of everything, and you know what I'm saying, he been there. He know how it go. And I'm just blessed to have the right people on my team, you know,
How'd you guys link up?
through my pops. He basically put it together. He used to work for R. Kelly.
Your dad did?
Yeah, he used to work for him. He used to do security. But just knowing people throughout meeting different people and big people, you know what I'm saying? He knew him through that. So he just basically, they always kept contact, I guess. They had a relationship, you know what I'm saying? And my pops, he the type that never give up on me. He always, if he got an opportunity to get me, you know, in a better situation, he gon' try. So that's how it came about. He knew Wayne Williams, and he plugged me with him. And he just basically let him hear my music. And Wayne Williams, you know, he a mogul in the game. He know when he hit, so he heard that good music. Let's go. Let's get this ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? It was just all off mutual relationships.
Oh, is he trying to get you a record deal?
Basically, that'd be the goal at the end of the day, to get a record deal, you know.
So you're looking for more of a deal than to stay independent?
As of now, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool with, you know, independent. I'm cool with. I'm not dying to sign to you know, but if the time come and the opportunity right, the stipulations right in the contract, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. But until then, I'm just independent. I'm just grinding and pushing.
Does he have a plan for you?
Yeah, we got a nice plan set up, man. Like, for this year, 2020, trust me, we got projects set up. We got plans. We got big shit set up, man. Shit in L.A., like, real shit, like, L.A. I'm really planning on moving to L.A. real soon. But, yeah, we got plans, man. I don't really want to spill the beans too much, but we got big plans, man. Just be looking. 2020, it's up there. It's stuck there. It's down there and it's around there. That's my little saying I be saying, but yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate you taking your time, man. You know, this was a great interview. I know the fans,
Yeah.
you know, especially, you know, Chicago has those hardcore fans that, you know, love to hear people talk about, you know, especially passed away, you know, homies that have passed away and everything, man. And I appreciate you, man.
Man, it's all love, man.
All right,
I appreciate y'all for coming out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Flying out here, man. I appreciate that.
Definitely.